Hey everybody, this is Pooka back with another game I played on the Pokemon trading card game online. This time I'm going to be facing off against a player named inchy5000. You might know him better as Matt Elvis, a player who we've featured quite a bit actually recently. He's been doing pretty well this season, and I got a game against him here, so figured might as well show it off. So I'm going to be using my Ho-Oh deck, which runs some Tornadus EXs, Terrakions, and Mewtwo's. And then Ho-Oh is the acceleration for the energy acceleration, sorry. And Matt's going to be using a Darkrai Hydreigon deck that he's been using pretty much all year. So he's starting out with a Darkrai, he's going to blend on it, and he Junipers away a couple Darks. So it's a pretty decent start for him. He puts down another Darkrai. In general, I don't mind this matchup for the Ho-Oh deck. It seems pretty solid. I mean, you have the Terrakions to fall back on. You can be a really quick deck if you get those rebirths off in the early turns, get the Ho-Oh in the discard pile. And Tornadus EX is also a solid attacker early on. You can start using Power Blast turn 2 and start to pick off dinos and stuff like that so that your opponent doesn't always get set up. And then, I mean, the plan would be to catch out the dinos early and then have Terrakion clean up the Darkrai's. It's not always that simple, but that's what you would like to do. Now Matt here is going to retreat, and he has a double Dark Patch turn 1. A fully powered Darkrai turn 1. Fortunately, he cannot attack with it, since he already retreated. You can only Dark Patch to bench Pokemon, so I was very fortunate in that regard, but that is still very scary. I'm getting Night Spirit turn 2. Probably. And, you know, this is not a great hand either. Go ahead and play an N. I don't want to play the fighting because I'd rather get a double colorless down this turn, but it looks like I don't get anything, and I just have to attach a fighting and pass. Fortunately, I have the Eviolite of my own, so that's going to make Night Spear a 3-hit knockout. So I'm not in too much danger. I don't think Matt plays Tool Scrapper, so I don't have to worry about Tornadus being knocked out anytime soon. But still, a turn 2 Night Spear is painful. And my hand, once again, is not very good. I have 2 catchers, Juniper, an energy switch, and a fighting. Now he puts down a third Darkrai and Bianca's, so he does not have an energy yet. If he didn't draw energy off of those couple cards there, then he's not going to be able to Night Spear me, which will be huge. I mean, the turn 2 Night Spear was something I was really afraid of, but he doesn't have it. So, maybe I'll have some hope here. I have a couple catchers there. I can catcher out his Darkrai, and I'm thinking, you know what? This situation is very bad for me. He's gotten such a quick Night Spear that, or he's gotten such a quick Darkrai powered up that I need to get the jump on him. I need to take a risk. I need to catcher out that Darkrai and then go for a double colorless, which I was fortunate enough to get off of my Juniper there, and now I'll be able to Power Blast for 80. Now you might wonder why I would want to go through all that trouble just to do 80 damage. Well, the 80 is going to set me up, if I get a Tool Scrapper, to hit him for 100 with Power Blast, and then I'll get a knockout. And then I'll get rid of 3 energy. So I wanted to hit him before he could get his Hydreigon in play, because if he wants to max potion, he's going to have to discard all of his energy. And if he does that, then I'm fine. He's going to be very, very slowed down by that. So he's got to ask himself, is it worth the risk? Do I just kind of hope my opponent doesn't have the Tool Scrapper? Or do I retreat and maybe wait until I get a max potion to try to do anything? So we'll see what Matt does. He gets 2 dinos out here, so we might be seeing a Hydreigon come out soon. And once again, my hand is pretty bad, which is unfortunate. But that's alright. Can't win them all. So, Matt is going to attach another Dark Energy. I think this is turn 3. He's got 4 energy in play. That's not too outrageous. But here I'm going to go ahead and I do draw the Tool Scrapper. That was the big card. And actually top deck an N as well. And it looks like Tool Scrapper would have let me discard 3 tools, which would have been weird. Could be a glitch. Anyway, I have Ultra Ball, Fighting. I would like to get another Pokemon in play, because there is the possibility that he could pull off some fancy stuff, like get a Hydreigon and a Mewtwo into play, and maybe knock me out. So I'm going to Ultra Ball. Unfortunately, I still don't really have the cards to get any Ho-Oh in the discard pile. I mean, I could get one here. I would have to discard a bunch of stuff. You know, I'd have to Ultra Ball away a Switch and a Fighting, and then if I get a Ho-Oh, I have to discard a double colorless and then the Ho. So I don't know if that's what I want to do. I could just grab another Pokemon and put it down and attach to it. And that looks like what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to grab that Mewtwo, put it down with a double colorless, and then go for an N. And I do get an Ultra Ball here with 2 Ho-Ohs. So this is going to be pretty nice. I'll be able to get 2 in the discard pile, so now I can start to threaten that Rebirth. And then I should just grab a Terrakion here, and I'm feeling pretty good about my position. I'm going to be able to knock out his fully powered Darkrai. He doesn't have a Hydreigon in play yet, and I have a Mewtwo as backup just in case. Now I do get Tails on the Power Blast, so I have to discard an energy, but I'm going to take the first 2 prizes, and we'll go from there. My hand once again... Nope, and I got a trade. Woohoo! My hand once again is not that great. Kind of struggling this game to get a good handful of stuff. But I have enough to work with at the very least. It could be worse. So now, I don't think I'll be knocked out this turn. It would take way too many cards for that to happen. I mean, Matt just evolved into Zweilous. So, like I said, I am feeling pretty safe at the moment, but anything can happen. I mean, Hydreigon is a deck that can come back from anything. So I'm not going to be content with this until I end up winning the game. And we'll see. I mean, if you get the Hydreigon out, then I start to have trouble knocking things out. And then he's going to play an N here. I'll draw another 4. And I get a supporter, so that actually improves my hand a little bit. My other problem is I really don't have many energy in the discard pile. I have fighting energy. You need different types for Rebirth to work. So I would like to have 3 different types in the discard pile if possible. I do get the water, which is nice. I'll probably just attach. And then Power Blast for a knockout this turn. But I'm really going to need something. I'm going to need to get like Terrakion in play. I didn't bench it the previous turn because I didn't have a way to switch it out if my opponent captured it in the active spot. So now Matt just used a Junk Hunt. He's got an 8-card hand, so I have to really expect the worst in this situation. I could play Bianca here, but I feel like I need to conserve these kind of cards at this point. I'm probably going to get End again, and I really don't want to bench another Mewtwo here. I don't want to give him 3 EXs to knock out in one game, because I know he plays Mewtwo as well, and I just don't want to give him that option. So I probably should have played the Bianca there. I should have just said, you know what, I'm going to bench Mewtwo, I'm going to Bianca, I'm going to draw some cards. Give myself more options. I took the more conservative approach, saying, you know what, he might end me. I don't really want another Mewtwo on my board. So let's just hold on to it, and we'll see what happens. Now he's going to Ultra Ball, he gets the Hydreigon, he's going to Dark Patch, and then another Dark Patch. So this is going to be a huge turn for him. He's going to be able, if he has a Blend, he can actually Dragon Blast me with Hydreigon, knocking out the Tornado CX, and then I might be in some trouble. I mean, I don't know where exactly I'll go from there. I don't have anything that really deals with Hydreigon very well, because it has 150 hit points, it's weak to Dragon, and it discards energy, so Mewtwo is not very effective against it. And there we see a Juniper from Matt. He's going to discard a couple more energy, so he might be running low on those. Also, an annoying thing is I'm trying to click on my discard pile, but it won't let me. I would like to see how many resources I've used, but it looks like it won't allow me to do that, so that's very annoying. But yeah, Matt does get the Blend here, and this is where things can start to get very, very scary. He's got the Hydreigon out, he's got enough energy to Dragon Blast, he's going to take the 2 prizes on the Tornado CX. and I don't know where to go from there. I mean, Mewtwo, if I attack with it, it's a liability, because I know Matt plays Mewtwo of his own. So he could just move energy to his Mewtwo and get a knockout. And then if I respond to his Mewtwo with mine, I'll be down to 1 prize, which means a Shaman EX will seal the deal, and I'll end up losing the game. So this is a very fickle situation where I don't really know how to go about it. And he's just going to Dragon Blast, get a knockout here. And now I got some tough decisions to make. Obviously I have to promote Mewtwo, it's my only Pokemon. And this turn I'm actually hoping to draw a double colorless. I really don't know if I have any other options. If I draw one, well, first of all I need to get a Rebirth. If I get a heads on Rebirth, I'll get 2 energy out of my discard pile. I flip the tails, but I need 1 heads, and there we go. So I'm going to be able to get a fighting and a water. It's unfortunate that, you know, I don't have more energy types in there, but I don't. So I can only take 2. Now I have 2 energy on my Mewtwo right now. If I can energy switch up 2 to the active, and then draw a double colorless off my Bianca, I can actually knock out his Hydreigon. And in this situation, that might just be my best option. I don't really know. It's a tough decision. If I get the double colorless, the game is pretty much over. So I just go for it, and I whiff. So, turns out that was probably not a good decision. But, you know what? I kind of went for it. I saw, you know, if I get the double colorless, I win the game. I knock out his Hydreigon. Now, if I just attach an energy, I'm actually 10 short of knocking him out. So that's going to be very bad. And from here, I think I'm going to lose. He's got Mewtwo. If he can get it out this turn, he can just X-Ball my Mewtwo. So I might have considered just retreating there and just kind of passing. But I've wasted so many resources that, you know, if I just let him Night Spear, it's going to be just as bad. I was also hoping for a catcher at the very least. I could catcher out Dino, and then just take a prize on that. And then I'd be down to 2 prizes, so it would make it more difficult for him to respond. If he uses his own Mewtwo, then, you know, I just use mine and I win. If he uses Shaman, I can just get Ho-Oh, and then I win that way. But now, this is the worst case scenario. I needed a catcher or a double colorless that turn, and I missed both. So now I'm going to be paying for it. And he's got the Mewtwo. Basically, this is going to be the end for me. I don't have many options left at this point. If I knock out his Mewtwo, then he just drops Shaman EX and Revenge Blast me for the game. If I don't attack his Mewtwo, then he has enough energy to really do whatever he wants. And then I'll just end up losing to Night Spear. My only real option would have been to get a Terrakion in play. But at this point, and there's a Max Potion as well, my other option would have been to catch out Hydreigon and then knock that out with like a Ho-Oh. Then I would have been safe still. He also would have been able to move energy off his own Mewtwo. So, I think I would have been good in that situation. But now, I really don't have anything. If I had an N, this could be salvageable, but I don't. And he's just got too many cards. There's not a whole lot I can do about this. And I was hoping to draw like Terrakion Switch, Energy Switch, Catcher. I got 3 pieces of the puzzle, but I missed the last one. I would have just catchered out Dino in this situation, because I don't want to give him an opportunity to Revenge Blast one of my EXs for the game. But now, once again, I just did not draw the right cards. You know, even a catcher would have been just fine for me. I would have been able to just Rainbow Burn his Dino, and I would have gone down to 2 prizes, and then, you know, I would at least put myself in a position to win the game. Maybe with a side drive from Mewtwo on his Mewtwo or something like that. But now, I'm pretty much just done for. All of my risks failed. They blew up in my face. I missed all the wrong cards at all the wrong times, and I'm going to end up paying for it. Pokemon is a very fickle game at the moment, where just you know, you miss one or two cards here or there, and then the game is all over. These EXs are so fragile, it's just going to be two prize swings back and forth. You miss a beat, and you get beat. That's pretty much all there is to it. So here, I had a strong start, but I'm pretty sure I just lost at this point. You know, I just couldn't draw the right cards. There's one of the catchers I needed. It all just came down to that one turn where I went for it, and I didn't draw a double colorless. I didn't draw a catcher. So, that's pretty much going to be it. He has an Ultra Ball, and from there I know that the game's pretty much over. He grabs the Shaman EX. I also didn't even draw an Eviolite, which maybe could have prevented this, but if he had a catcher, it didn't even matter. And he did. So, really, there was nothing I could do about it at this point. Once he gets fully set up, and I'm not drawing cards like catcher, and not being able to attack with my Terrakion, and I don't draw the double colorless, his deck is clearly going to overpower mine. So, I just missed a few opportunities that I needed to win the game. This was a very strange game, but looks like Matt is going to take this one. Very well played by him. You know, he had a rough start. He weathered the storm, and got to give it to him. He earned the win. It was just unfortunate from my end that things didn't go my way when I needed them to, but that's the game. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. It's not very often I post games where I lose, but that's alright. I'll have more games for you soon, and I'll see you next time.